Okay, I saw a movie, and you probably should too. I don't often get to say that when I'm doing a movie review, but I got to see one today, and I'm really excited about it. I'm talking about Gran Turismo. That's right, the film based on an actual training academy that brought in a bunch of gaming simulator players and turned them into racers. I want to talk about this movie. Here we go. You know, I'm not normally prone to hyperbole, and yet in this particular instance, you'll have to forgive me some, because it's quite possible that I could be just overly excited about the film that I just saw, which is funny, because I don't often get excited about films I get to see. And yet, today, not only did I get to see one of the favorite things that I enjoy on screen, which is auto racing, I got to see a movie that was very, very well done. Neill Blomkamp does an incredible job here, and I don't know what else to say other than that. Let's start out with this. If you've seen my video today about this film, whether or not it's real or not, then you can understand why I'm extra jazzed about this. And if you haven't seen that yet, or if it's not out yet, you'll also have to forgive me this. I pronounce Jann's name incorrectly, and I'm probably going to continue to do so. Apparently, it's supposed to be pronounced Jann, and that's okay. But the main character in this film is a real person, and it's not a real person playing the character in the film, but it is a real person. And Jann, incredible story, and this film reflects it rather well. Of course, it's got dramatic license. It has to, right? It has that theatricality to it that you fully expect. Lots of things that are overblown, characters that don't exist, names changed to protect the innocent. But when you go into this film, you will be transformed. You will be amazed, because you will not expect this film to be as good as it is. You're going to walk into this film expecting a video game adaptation film of a racing sim. And it does deliver that, but it also delivers something else. It delivers a real story. We haven't seen that in a long time. And even though it may not be 100% true to the facts, it's close enough. It's a great story. This is a film that is 180 degrees opposite of everything else that you've seen recently, because most of what you've seen recently is neo-Marxist propaganda, neo-Marxist films, which means you cannot have good father figures. You can't have good families. You can't have things happen organically when it comes to immutables. And yet this film has all of the above. The film has generational spanning audio. What I mean by that is you have Black Sabbath and you have Enya. You have Kenny G, and you have modern EDM. You have a soundtrack that's both exciting and pleasing at the same time. And it actually feeds into the real life person that's being portrayed on the screen. And let me tell you, the actors in this film give it their all 100%. And David Harbour does a great job as probably the most pivotal fictional character in this film. Yeah, he was. He doesn't exist in real life. But if you want more on that, check out the video that I did about the film overall and whether or not it's close to real life or not. As far as the film goes, though, there's romance. There's real family dynamics. There's like a real study of somebody's family life. It's in a microcosm, but it works wonderfully well. There is a beautiful romance that buds naturally. They don't hold back. There is actual highs and lows. There are terrifying moments. There are, well, amazing automotive moments. You get to watch literally somebody move from a virtual gaming simulation racing sim to the real world of, well, race. Incredible. It culminates with something that I won't spoil for you, at least not the ending, but it does culminate with the 24 hours of Le Mans. And it reveals just how exciting that has to be, not only for obviously the spectators, which, you know, you should probably watch that race, it's very cool, but also from the side of the racers, the drivers, from the driver's side of things, from the chief engineering side of things, from the pit crews side of things, from the other racers' sides of things. This film gives it all. Excellent performances from everybody on down. Again, I was stunned. And as I mentioned in the other video I do on this particular film, the was it real or not breakdown, I'll say this: the real person, Jann, I'm going to say it right this time, but Jann, that's a real person, and he ends up driving as his own stunt driver at times in this film, which is fantastic. But cinematography is unparalleled. I think this is one of the reasons why we've all enjoyed what Blomkamp's done in the past with Elysium and District 9, amongst other things. I cannot wait. He's got another project coming up here soon that I'm super stoked for. The technical driving here was ridiculous, and when it comes to CGI, which there is some, it is used in a way that really adds to the film. It doesn't take away from it. It doesn't rely on it in any way. It's an additive property, which again is what it should be used for in film. You get to see real racetracks and how drivers drive them, especially in competition. It's one of the rare times that you're sitting in a cockpit of a car that you feel like you're seeing things as the driver does, and you want to react to them in real time. In fact, I'd be very careful driving home after this film. And I'm not going to bury the lead here. Not only did I enjoy this film, it's one of the highest rated films I have of the year. In fact, I think it may be the highest. I'll have to go back through everything I've done this year. But this film is as close to a perfect film as you're going to find. And it's, I believe, the highest rated film of the year for me. If I'm rating this film on a 1 to 10 scale, which I don't usually prefer doing because I think it's kind of iffy, gives you too many outs, but I'm gonna do it because it's what most people use. This film actually is a 9. It's a 9. I'm over the moon. This film is a 9. It's really hard to get a 10. A 10 is perfect. This film is just short of perfect. In fact, I'm gonna probably think about this a few more days, and it may squeak up to a 9.5. Hard to say. Maybe I'll find something in there that has some holes, but there's a lot of enjoyment in this film from the very beginning, and only a couple of hokey moments that might pull you out. So if you're looking at my star rating, this thing is a 4.5 stars. That's about as good as it gets. Again, the highest one that I can think of the year. Maybe I gave Super Mario Brothers about that score. Hard to say, but wasn't that last year? No, it was early in the year. But look, all I know is this is a film you've got to see. This is a film that needs word of mouth. This film's going to underperform otherwise. It's better than it deserves to be. It's better than you expect it to be. It was way better than I expected it to be. And the person that I went with was surprised and actually stunned, because when I let them know what we were seeing and what it was about, they had very low expectations. So again, knowing as much as I did going into the film, this still managed to blow my mind and do a wonderful, wonderful job. And again, you can't help but feel like you're in the car. I wouldn't be surprised if some of you bite your nails. Anyway, well, you know what? Pick better movies next. And anyway, like I said, if you get an opportunity to see this film this weekend, go do it. This film is that good. It's good enough to support with your money, and it's one that we need to support overwhelmingly. We need to be incredibly enthusiastic in support of this film. Again, everything here is organic, and you don't get that in movies anymore. You just don't. Anyway, I've rambled on long enough and repeated myself enough times that I'm sure Grant's gonna have to edit this to pieces. But what an exciting day for me. Anyway, be sure to take care of yourself, of course, take care of others, wash your hands because it's good hygiene, and until next time, see ya!